Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sivadas Madhavan, Associate Professor of English, Validity University, Ethiopia. Today I am going to talk about reliability and validity in research. It's an integral part of the third chapter, the research methodology. So after the first chapter and second chapter, when we come to third chapter, all the technicalities of the research will be explained. And reliability and validity is to ensure the genuinity or the trustworthiness of the research method, especially in deductive method or in quantitative research method. Validity and reliability must be ensured. It is nothing but the expert opinion about the research. So, the research examiners and the people who read the research have to depend on the data and the processing. So, to make sure that it is done properly, the researchers reconfirm that reliability and validity are ensured in the research methodology. So there are some techniques to think about reliability and validity. Reliability, the term means the trustworthiness, and it refers to whether your data collection techniques and analytic procedures would produce the same results or the findings on a different occasion by another researcher on the same topic. That means the replicability, or a researcher who finds the results cannot cook up the story. What he does in his research must be the same if another researcher does it on the same settings or on similar conditions. So that is what is meant by reliability, or it is the dependability. So we can depend on the research, the techniques, the data collection methods, all are correct and reliable. That is what is meant by reliability. And in the case of the problems that come in the way, there are different types. It may be sometimes participant error. Participant error means a wrong sample. You selected a wrong sample to study the problem. Or it can be sometimes the wrong performance of the participant. The participant may have his own idea. He is also a human being, so he will be influenced by different sources or different reasons. So that may cause a trouble. Or it can be the participant bias. A participant may have his own personal interest in giving the answers to the questions of the researcher. So that can come in the way of reliability. Or it can be sometimes the researcher error. The researcher himself may commit some mistakes, that is a wrong interpretation. The correct data was given by the participant, but the researcher misinterprets the data. That's also a possible error that comes in the way. And another one is the researcher bias. The researcher himself is a human being. He may have his own personal interest. That means having false intention. A researcher may have some vested interest in proving in his own way with his own personal reasons. So that may also go against the interest of genuinity or the reliability of the research. And when it comes to the validity, validity is an expert opinion that your research is accurate. So it says how accurately a method measures something. So the credibility the confirmability, the genuinity, that is validity. Valid means being true. Because this data or the method of procedure, no one knows what the researcher did, and no one knows what technique he has used. Sometimes the techniques may be known, but the way he applies it may not be known to the readers or the examiners. So it must be correct, valid, and bona fide. And validity can be divided into internal validity and external validity. Internal validity tells you the measure what you executed has the real intended measures. That means whether you measured what you intended to be measured. That is internal validity. That is to ensure the credibility or the confirmability. Whereas the external validity says whether the research findings can be generalized to other relevant settings or groups. That is also replicability. So, is it possible to generalize the idea, generalizability or dependability? Can you depend on the data? Can you depend on the interpretation of the researcher? That is external validity. Or transferability, can you transfer? That means the idea that you have come to can be generalized for a different set of samples or a different set of places, etc. So if the population shows a particular character, and the same character can be applied to another population or another setting. That is what we mean by external validity. So validity and reliability are essential parts of research methods. So it shows whether your research design and research method are valid and reliable. That's all about reliability and validity. We will come up with some other topics next time. Especially today I was about to talk on the 4th chapter that will be afterwards. Thank you.